Today we're checking out some more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 5.
The resulting dust cloud could very well create a phenomenon, the nuclear winters of 21st century Earth.
Ooh, the nuclear winters on Earth. What?
Would you join me on the bridge, please?
Right away, sir.
You certain, Mr. Worf?
There was a space-time distortion.
A space-time distortion. Yes.
Ensign, bring the ship about. Let's take a look at Mr. Worf's distortion.
Yeah. Let's look at it.
Full stop, Ensign.
Aye, sir.
On screen.
Right, let's see.
Dimensions, Worf?
A geometric shape?
Our sensors do not penetrate the hull.
Maybe it's a probe.
Try hailing it. Well, that's odd.
What's odd?
We've received a response, but
Say before I hailed it.
they want you to move over, sir.
Reply that the Enterprise isn't going anywhere, Lieutenant.
Not the Enterprise, Captain. You.
Move over?
What are you trying to tell me, Mr. Worf?
Oops, excuse me, Captain, but you were standing right where I needed to be.
Oh my! That's the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Where I come from, every historian knows the bridge of old 1701D.
What? Historian.
Where exactly?
Future.
Why, Earth, the late 26th century Earth, to be exact. I've traveled back nearly 300 years just to find you.
We're messing around in time. You know I love it. Yes. Nothing will beat Spock being on the last couple episodes, but I'll take it. A time episode, yes. All right.
You know, it was always believed this was on your desk, not here. Fascinating. Don't you move it on my account.
He's studying him like a historical figure,
Oh, no less so than your legendary modesty, Captain.
right?
If I could
Very humble.
describe to you what a thrill it is to be here. This is the original.
He's like fanboying. I love it. This would be me.
Yeah, try and imagine what a young Caesar might have done differently had someone given him a hint of what lay ahead, or
He's very important. I mean, visiting him this way is telling him how important he's going to be, though.
If you've come back to study us, to study the captain, why did you pick today? Why not a year
question.
ago or a year from now?
oh, I picked the right day, all right. Just wait, you'll see.
You'll see.
Do you always sit there on that side of the table?
Usually. Why?
That's not important.
Is it? This is amusing.
The Tellurian plague, was it cured? I mean, did they find the cure by your century? Oh, it can't do any harm to ask that.
No, one little question.
If I hand my assignment in on time, can I get a glimpse into next week's poker game?
Geordi.
Mr. Data, would you escort the professor to his quarters?
I mean, so far, though, he hasn't done anything to prove that he is from the future. He's just talking to them as though he is. So I hope that's true.
You know everything I do, number one.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
what do you
tell,
make?
but he is holding something back.
Well, of course he is. All the things he could tell us, all the things he would like to tell us.
I'm like suspicious. I don't know.
Well, he is human. The medical scans have proven that, right, Doctor?
He's human, all right.
And there was a temporal distortion back there, correct, Mr. Wolf?
That's true.
And no one can deny that that ship of his is unlike anything we've ever seen.
The hull is made of some kind of plasticized titanium mesh. There's nothing like it on record, at least not until now.
Okay. But I feel like I want him to prove it.
And everything seems to be in order, so I think we should extend to him every courtesy.
Including questionnaires.
Including questionnaires, Mr. Wolf.
Just pouting.
This is really a thrill, Data. Like running across a Redstone missile or a Gutenberg Bible. To think, the Model T of androids.
So there's more in the future. I mean, we had to assume that.
Perhaps the subsequent Model A would be a more apt analogy,
Lore?
since I am
No,
Dr. Noonien
Lore's after.
Soong's revised prototype.
Wait, was Laura first? Oh crap, I can't remember. Maybe Laura was first. I want him to prove he's from the future. Nothing big, just something that's gonna happen later.
Would I be correct, Professor, in assuming that you know whether or not I am still
Alive?
in the 26th century?
Oh, I know that. Is he supposed to try them? Man, Data has to work for people's respect. I'm suspicious. Commercial break.
We have arrived at Penfara 4 and can see for ourselves the atmospheric devastation.
You don't see snow very much on this show.
We spent years, decades, trying to avoid anything that would lead to a greenhouse effect. And now here we are about to create one on purpose.
Ironic.
New Seattle's reporting a cloud depth of 12 kilometers. Tropical rivers are beginning to freeze.
We better get started before there's nothing left to mend.
All right, fella. Is Guy in there? She'll know what to do. I didn't see her name in the credits. She's
I
off duty.
hate questionnaires.
Professor, come and join us.
Bev. She's kind of a
As I promised, here are your assignments. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be painless. Please try and complete them by tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Easy, big fella.
A week before, or a day, or even an hour.
Are you suggesting that an important event is imminent?
I didn't say that now, did I?
Basically, you said it. He's here to observe whatever's gonna happen.
As a matter of fact, a colleague and I recently paid a call on a 22nd century vessel.
Don't say Titanic. Oh, wait, that's not right.
Isn't that fascinating? How everyone has different interests when it comes to history, different perspectives on progress.
What is this little... I noticed his ring.
Oh, just checking the time, no problem.
Is something important supposed to be happening here?
Yes, soon.
What is going on? Are you expecting someone?
Phasers.
Beg your pardon?
There were no phasers in the 22nd century.
Everybody's priorities.
Perfection of the tools of violence. How delightfully primitive.
Oh, that's insulting. How delightfully primitive. Frick off.
What have you learned about the tectonic stability around the drilling sites?
Our scans were all clear, and Mosley says there hasn't been so much as a quiver down there in well over a century.
I'm tense. Something's gonna happen. Look at him go.
Is that as fast as he can go?
Not fast enough for you, Professor?
Very little known about Data's efficiency. Almost nothing about its part in this mission.
His part in this mission.
You're here to witness this mission. That's it, isn't it?
It'd be best if you just thought of me as a fly on the wall. And went about your business.
So whatever they're doing on this planet is not gonna work?
If you'll excuse me.
Your prosthesis, what do you call it again?
A visor.
Visor, right. You know, I have a picture of you wearing that in my office.
There's a picture of him in his office? Maybe it is going to work.
Captain, we've got everything we need. I'm ready to transport down to the surface.
Let's do it.
Notify Dr. Mosley. Good luck, Geordie.
Good luck, Jordy. What's he doing? What's he doing? Pocketed it.
Who said these moments were any less exciting when you know the outcome?
I know of no one who said that, Professor.
But maybe whatever he stole affects the outcome. Why would he have a picture of them in his office unless they did a good job, were heroes, sacrificed themselves, or made a huge mistake? No one would have a photo of them.
Surface wind patterns over the target are stable.
You picking up anything at altitude data?
CO2 concentrations remain unchanged at upper elevations.
Is this to be expected?
By this much?
Target 14 complete, sir.
Sits right in Riker's chair. Get out of here.
Data? What have you got? No change, sir.
They must know something crazy is gonna happen, otherwise this guy wouldn't have come.
Elevated CO2 levels at 20 kilometers, sir.
Now you're talking.
Now we're talking.
You've given us what we need. Time.
Ensign, return to synchronous orbit.
Maybe it is just that they saved everybody.
It's the nuances. It's indescribable.
He looks annoyed. Yeah, I'm confused. Seems like everything went okay.
Keep your eyes wide, soldier. You'll be telling your grandchildren how you were there at Penthera 4.
I cannot get a read on this guy and what he's really doing here.
You know, some of my best friends are empaths. They trust me.
Why should you care whether I trust you or not?
Could learn a lot from each other.
You're right. I don't trust you.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, I'm glad to see you two are finally getting along.
I really have to be going.
She does not like him. And she's pretty open to everybody. Even bad guys she'll have a chit chat with. Thinking of the black goo.
You're curious about things, about barrelite levels, about the future.
She's a scientist.
You're different. You're more
Why is he getting in her face?
vibrant.
She is vibrant.
That's nice. I like that.
You know, whenever I
Okay, he's blocking her path.
You're not supposed to be influencing the past. I could be your great
Great.
grandmother.
Yeah. Does she trust him? Was she flirting with him or just humoring him?
His questions to me primarily focused on Dr. Sung's...
Dr. Soon's what?
I'm detecting a massive earthforce on the surface.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Both epicenters are beneath the two southernmost drill sites, Captain.
Is LaForge still down there?
Yes, sir.
Find him.
LaForge is still down there?
Volcanic activity, pretty severe.
Magnify.
Zoom enhance.
The Forge here, Captain.
Beam off.
We're fairly well quake-proof down here, Picard. It's
We'll
the
see.
volcanic dust I'm worried about.
Oh crap.
In a matter of days, there'll be no sunlight getting through these clouds.
No amount of CO2 will help us then.
Look at that tight close up.
These are the coordinates of the eruptions, and these are the coordinates of the phaser drilling sites.
Yeah, it's obviously. I think Geordi should beam off there right now.
We came here to help these people, and look what we've done.
Picard's gonna be mad at this guy for not telling him that was gonna happen.
What in God's name is that?
Music, Professor.
Data?
Music?
Yes, sir. Mozart's Jupiter Symphony in C major. Bach's Brandenburg Concerto.
All at once?
Computer, eliminate program 1.
Interesting. Eliminate all but one.
Only 4 today?
I am assisting Commander LaForge with a very complex calculation. Demands a great deal of my concentration.
I like his painting.
The variance must be no more than 0.06 terawatts.
Well, I don't see any other choice. We'll continue to run.
What's he doing? Okay, what the frig? What the frig? Is he just collecting artifacts or is he a bad guy?
With a modified phaser blast, we can create a shock front, encircle the planet, and ionize the particles.
That would be like striking a spark in a gas-filled room.
Seems risky.
If our phaser discharge is off by as little as
Will they
0.06
explode?
terawatts, it would cause a cascading exothermal inversion. We would completely burn off the planet's atmosphere.
I don't know if this is gonna go good or, like, go well or not. And they've got someone on board who knows what's gonna happen. Picard's gonna have some stern words here, I think.
I imagine you know why I've asked you here.
What's he got, a crystal?
Thousands, maybe tens of thousands will die.
That'd be a shame.
Yes, it would.
So, do nothing and thousands will die. Do something and millions could die. That's a tough choice.
Not if you were to help me.
Right? He has to at least ask. But he knows he can't tell him.
What if one of those lives I saved down there is a child who grows up to be the next Adolf Hitler? Or can't say, but this is not a class in temporal logic.
He's getting angry.
Everything in this sector, in this quadrant of the galaxy, could change. History.
I mean, that is
my
true.
history would unfold in a way.
So why is he here? Just to observe?
So you see, I can't get quite as worked up as you over the fate
Yeah.
of some colonists who, for me, have been dead a very, very...
Look at this glass ship.
Of course, you know of the Prime Directive. I have sworn to uphold it. But nevertheless, I have disregarded that directive.
Couple of times. Mm-hmm.
You have an occasion here to make an exception, to help me to choose, because it's the right thing to do.
He's very convincing.
You know, Professor, perhaps I don't give a damn about your past, because your past is my future. And as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been written yet.
That's fair. Good speech.
If we're going to try this, now's the time.
But really, he probably can't
Please
do
don't
anything.
ask me, Captain. I can't help you.
Yeah, I don't think he can or will. But he had to ask. He had to make an impassioned try at it.
To try or not to try. To take a risk or to play it safe. And your arguments have reminded me how precious the right to choose is. Because I've never been one to play it safe.
No, he has not. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're taking a risk.
Mr. Data, program the firing sequence.
Aye, sir.
I like that shot.
We're only going to get one shot at this.
No,
It's gonna work.
this is it.
EPS taps through the phasers.
It's time for you to return to the ship, Miss LaForge.
Yeah, okay, I was just thinking, is he gonna be down there?
Miss LaForge, you know better than anyone that there's no guarantee that this will work. And if it fails,
There's
be able to
no
get back?
guarantee it's going to fail, Captain.
I believe in you guys.
LaForge remain below.
good
I
luck,
was
Commander.
expecting that.
Thank you, Captain.
If he was expecting that, then he just told him the answer that he does do it. Would be cool to go back into history and just watch something important happen. I believe in you guys!
Phasers firing.
Is this good? Is this good? Oh boy, that looks bad. Yes. Yes. Whoa, this looks crazy. This lighting!
Activating shield inverters now.
Now fire it off into space. Yeah! Woo!
Forge here. Still breathing, Captain.
And the sun is shining.
See, Captain? Told you there was nothing to worry about.
LaForge remained below. So this goes down in history.
Did it all without any help. Well, my
What?
friend, you got some... You know you're taller in person, Commander?
He is very tall. What was that nod? Are they gonna kick him off?
Well, would you look at this? Who would have expected a teary farewell?
Afraid we're going to have to take a look inside your vessel.
Oh yeah. That's right, he has all kinds of stuff.
A number of objects have been discovered missing in the last 2 days, and if they're in your possession, then we would like them returned.
I'm not here in search of relics.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure they'll turn up.
If you will not open the vessel, I will, with explosives, if necessary.
And fists and batlets.
I do not believe any of these items belong to you, Professor.
Nor does this.
Is he just a relic hunter?
Oh, this is a time pod, and it is from the 26th century. That's what the poor fellow said. You see, he decided to travel back to the 22nd century. And he had the misfortune of meeting me.
And he stole it. So why did he come to this time? How do you know about it?
Returning with these trinkets I'd invent about one a year. But now, look what fortune has graced me with.
He wants to take data? Frick off.
I assume your handprint will open this door, whether you are conscious or not.
Oh, yeah. That was such a cool threat.
You were right to suspect him, sir. But he is not from the future. He is from the past.
You devil.
Let me back in there. We'll forget the whole thing.
Now, what possible incentive could anyone offer me to allow that?
To the brig. Forever.
I believe you will find all of the missing items in the vessel, sir.
Doctor.
But they're just going to send him back, I guess.
Computer was able to detect and deactivate everything you'd stolen, including this.
Nice. Nice.
I've got to get back. I don't belong here.
Should have thought of that before, buddy. Oh, now you're stuck.
I'm sure that there are more than a few legitimate historians at Starfleet who will be quite eager to meet a human from your era.
Should have thought of it before.
Welcome to the 24th century.
Idiot. Whoa. Nice. Okay, that was season 5, episode 9, and that one was interesting. Very, very interesting. It's making me think all kinds of things, like even just the ending. If you keep a guy from the past in the future and put him in jail, does that change anything? Because he's not there in the past anymore? Or is it only when you send someone to the past and change something that it affects the future? I'm curious. I mean, maybe he always went to the future and was in jail and couldn't go back to the past, and so everything unfolds the same way. I don't know. It's very interesting, and I like asking questions and thinking about time and the implications of changing things. I knew there was something fishy about that guy. I knew it. I really didn't think he was a con man from the past. But right off the bat, I think I said he hasn't really done anything to prove he's from the future. I mean, he did show up and he seemed to have quite a bit of knowledge about the crew, the ship, but nothing that you couldn't really learn like contemporaneously at the same time, I don't think. But I really didn't expect him to be like from the past, a con man who had stolen a ship from the future. I didn't expect any of that. I really like Data's line right at the end there. Is it your hand that opens it, whether you're conscious or not or whatever? I feel like Worf was right on the money, but he's always suspicious of everyone, as am I. As soon as he stepped into 10 forward, I was like, Guinan is gonna get to the bottom of this, but wasn't in the episode, which is for the best. She probably would have been like, nah, this guy. But yeah, this one was interesting. I mean, I kind of do like the idea of someone from the future coming back and just like observing everyone during an important moment. I think that's an interesting idea. But then like the twist at the end that he actually wasn't even from the future and he's actually like a con man from the past, basically. He must have gone to the future at some point though, I think. Because, I mean, he even said and LaForge remained below. Although, he said that after Geordi said, I'm gonna stay below, and then he just said, and LaForge remained below. So I guess he could have just been faking that. I don't know, what do you guys think? I feel like I might need to watch this episode again to totally get a handle on like what I would think about this guy, but I do think he probably stole the ship from someone who came back to his time, and it feels to me like he went to the future, figured out some stuff. He seemed to know that, I mean, he arrived at that point in time specifically, which he wouldn't have known if he had just taken the ship from his time in the past and gone to the Enterprise. He probably took a ship in the past, stole it from the guy who came to the future, and then went back to the Enterprise and then was gonna go home. I think that's what I got from it anyway, but maybe I'm off, so do correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he did seem to know some things. I mean, like I said, he arrived intentionally at that point and something was going on. So, but anyway, I enjoyed this one. I always enjoy when we're bouncing around in time, temporal anomalies. Yes, please. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.